For 17 years, I lived on a boat out of Oceanside Harbor here in San Diego. Living on a sailboat definitely was a big part of the experience of what made me appreciate efficiencies. I enjoyed propagating by wind or utilizing solar energy for power, catching fish, and in general, being in tune with the nature around me, including the weather, the wind, the sun. Although the conditions are ever-changing, you can actually predict certain patterns of certain cycles. I really appreciated getting to live with the circadian day. The learning opportunities at UC San Diego are quite unique. We have facilities that provide a lot of technologies and different types of characterization techniques that can only be found really here and very few places in the world. And also for the learning environment, having this diverse interdisciplinary faculty that are able to show us so many different points of view of specific fields and specialties. I find this very beneficial as a student because I'm able to learn from every single one of them different perceptions that actually integrate together into a whole to become a more wholesome engineer. I am very excited for the innovations that are going to come out in nanoengineering. One particular field that I am very passionate about and interested in and that I will be pursuing throughout my career is nano-regenerative medicine. So this will improve not only the quantity of life for humans, but the quality as well. And in addition to that, it helps not only human beings, but the earth in general, because regenerative medicine is working upon the nanoscale for hierarchical systems, self-assembly, and self-healing in a very biocompatible manner. And I really look forward to seeing how we will improve our daily lives with regenerative medicine. I believe that the future of engineering and technology has a lot to do with being in harmony with nature. For example, biomimicry, biomimetics, is a strategy that we use in order to learn from nature and create more efficient systems that will use less energy, that will be less toxic in the environment, and to overall have better functions that are multiple functions. One structure can do many things. So the day that I got a traumatic brain injury, I was in a professional surfing competition. I remember surfing a wave, and then the next moment, I'm in a hospital. I had this pounding headache, and I was so confused and so in pain, and from there on, I tried to return to school, but I wasn't the same person I was when I paddled out that day. Some days were definitely harder than others. Some days I felt like I was getting worse instead of getting better. I felt as if all these things that made me being an engineer, a student, a surfer, a sailor, I felt as if they were all taken away from me, that I was less than what I was before. Although there were times that were frustrating, I always tried to take steps forward and remember what life could be like. Trying to stay optimistic and appreciate the things that I could still do. And acknowledge that maybe I would lose some things that I wouldn't be able to get back, but it was still a pleasure to have had them at one point and to have experienced life that way. I graduated from NanoEngineering. I was invited to go to grad school after that to pursue research in regenerative medicine. I've continued to, I got back into surfing and now I'm continuing to do professional competitions here and there. And I still sail every weekend with my family. I know that for some others, they might not be able to do everything that they once were able to do. And I feel that in certain ways. I still have post-concussion syndrome symptoms, but I have learn to adapt in order to be able to do the things that I want to do. Being myself is just trying my best to be my highest self, to always work towards progression, living in the moment, and adapting to it. Just like the cycle of the tides or the patterns of the wind, you yourself are a development of design that is iterating over time. I think one of the biggest things that I really wanted to communicate with others is that no matter what walk of life that we come from and our personal backgrounds, that we can all still connect. That goes back to being in harmony with nature, is when we recognize that we're all a part of nature and that we're all connected and in balance with each other. So I say that in the way that we're all going to be very different. We're also going to have different points of views, different perceptions. We're not going to agree on things, but it's actually that diversity that makes us strong as a bigger unit. That's why I find that collaborative scenarios in teams, for example, are actually will create a stronger, more efficient, a better product because of that diversity. It's good to have your own opinions. It's to embrace their own point of view, to utilize their old experiences, whether they were good or bad, and to just realize that that makes you the integrative person that you are, and it makes you unique to do great things. So I would really like people to know that.